you tried it back then. Okay, why would you try it back then? Say you're going to do something totally different this time, and then don't do it.
Is there anything to say? I mean,
well, I mean,
it's not the release of the year. I can give you that one.
Well, it might be the worst release of the year.
Right? What's the positive on it? Any positives on it that you got?
You can
There
make it
is.
look good.
No, there is a positive. People that didn't have it now can have it.
Oh, there's that.
Yeah,
That's a
there's
positive,
that.
you know?
There's that.
Yeah. I guess I mean, the positive is, like I said, it is available, and it's not to knock anybody who already has this figure, because I kind of feel bad for people who got it and were slightly disappointed. For those who actually got this figure, and if it panned out, if it worked out for you, if you got it and you were able to kind of maneuver around some of like the, you know, defects, or not even the defects, but like just some of the setbacks on this figure, like congratulations. And you know what, I honestly, and like I said, I probably shouldn't even be saying it, but I kind of feel bad for Sideshow in a sense, because you know, it's something that, you know, is memorable. Like it was probably the most talked about figure for like the last 2 weeks, like literally, like it's just been one of those things. So I mean, I guess the upside to it is the simple fact that those of you who actually have this figure, you'll possibly get replacement pieces, and that'll work. But you know what I mean, that's, you know, I guess that's a positive, you know.
Well, I mean, yeah, because they pushed it back now, right, to December. They cut it, so they're going to try to fix the joints, but it's hard.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. I don't think they actually postponed it because they're gonna fix the joints at all. I just think that they, like Leo says, I think it's an unfortunate situation for Sideshow, because something that was supposed to be like the highlight of the year for them, and they let it slip through their fingers, and now it's literally the only thing people talks about.
Yeah.
You know, and I already had the first figure. I canceled my purchase of this current one simply because I didn't trust them to fix them.
Yeah.
And I was actually right on that thing. Unfortunately, like, you know, like Leo says, whoever got it and is happy with it, awesome. You know, that's not to knock on people at all.
Yeah.
I'm happy with the one that I've got, which is the old one. It's still standing there, even with all the issues that it has. I'm still happy that that I have it.
Right.
But again,
it's just
it's just unfortunate,
like Shane seems his all right, but you had a lot of problems trying to get it set up and everything, and
well, it came with tons of broken parts, and what it is I wanted a Grievous, and there's Grievous. He's standing there. That took a long time to do, but it's a lot of magic, but
ingenuity.
He's loose as all can be, and he came broken and all that stuff, but I'm not going to have another one. And hopefully they get those replacement joints. Hopefully they're good. If they're not, well, then there's the old what do you say, the electrical tape.
Right, yeah. And that's the thing, you know? Like, I'm not even mad.
You have to do that, you know.
I'm not mad at people either. Like, sorry, go ahead.
And it does. I think the thing is, it's like, this is a lesson, and this is a lesson for Sideshow as a company, that you don't. I mean, if really there were no intentions of putting out a piece that you claim is a, you know, not refurbished, but I want to say like it's a completely brand new updated piece where you've updated, you know, if you're not going to stand behind that, I think this is a lesson for them to just, you know, just be 100% real with people and say, look, this is a refurbished piece, a rehash of what we released before. You're seeing it now again. If you never had it before, you know, you have a chance to get it. You know, don't set those expectations. That's the worst thing that you can actually do, is set the expectations that someone's going to get something that It's completely not different from the original, but same body, but maybe the parts have been updated, the pieces of just everything has been updated about this. This not just don't say like don't just update the cape itself. You know what I mean? Like that myself is like, I mean, when I hear that, I'm like, wow, like that's really, and I saw. Here's the thing, I had put this up like a week ago. I was on Jetta's page. And I put it up. I was like, listen, I'm really kind of fumbling around with this because I just had this inkling, feeling. I was like, I'm fumbling around with this. I just got my, my email update just to let me know that it's going to be charges soon. I was like, yeah, should I get it or shouldn't I? A lot of people were like, you know what, go ahead and get it. Just buy it, review it, and send it back. But I'm like, do I want to spend $300 on a figure that isn't going to work and just send it back and go through that whole process again? When I can actually just say, you know what, let me dodge that bullet, cancel it, and just put my money towards something else that I really, really want, that I know will give me the satisfaction that I don't have to worry about any factory defects. And I just decided, to cancel it. But that wasn't to slight anybody. It was just a simple fact that me, myself, I just didn't trust it. And I'm so glad I went with my gut feeling, because like it was just horror story after horror story after horror story. And I'm like, well, I can't tell, Sideshow how bad I feel about it because they kicked me out the group. So I'm like, you know what? I can't really tell them that.
Same.
You too.
Same, man.
Yeah, I was gutted. Yeah, they booted me out. They booted me out but hey, they did it and didn't tell me they did it. There wasn't even a warning. They just did it. But anyway, I couldn't even do that. But I kind of felt bad because I was like, look, as a company, you never want that blemish on your record. Because then now going forward, everyone's going to look at you and they're like, you know what? I don't know if I can trust anything else from you. And
that's exactly what it is.
And the thing is, I both, and Shane, we had talked about this before. I have both the Anakin and Obi-Wan Clone Wars figures on order. Right. I couldn't I couldn't pass up on those. So I'm still giving those a chance. Right. Yeah. But everything else, I don't know. It is what it is.
Yeah, unfortunately, they keep. Unfortunately, like everything that we've seen, they seem not even to try to pretend to have fixed anything. So even for example, the base, it's still branded with the 2014.
Yeah.
So it's literally, it wasn't made now. It was literally, what are you doing?
And I canceled mine in May. Like it came out, I had it for like 2 weeks, I think, and I'm like, you know what? Nah. Yeah. I was like, nah, dude, I already see it coming, man. Well, here's the thing, like Sideshow to me, they lost my trust just as a customer, and I don't want to, I'm not trying to just shit on them as a company because they got some good, they got pros and cons, but when I bought that Mythos Obi-Wan, I think I was one of the first when they re-released it and got that single jointed body, and I was like, what is this? All the all the pictures are I was like, look at the box art. The cover box art he's double jointed holding the backpack. You're selling it. And I got a hold of them and they're like, well, we just decided to switch bodies. Yeah, there it is right there. There's Shane right there. Look at Shane. There you go.
The lesson that Sideshow needs to learn from this, because like you're saying, people have the pros and cons, the hates and likes with Sideshow. But as a company who is basically relying on us as consumers for their business, for their clientele and patronage, they need to learn from their mistakes, such as their incorrect way of showing off these items, basically how they're advertising, like the Mythos Obi-Wan that you had, and like Grievous. If it's going to be something such as this is a reissue, but we're not changing anything about it, they need to be upfront and honest. I think that's one of the things as a company they need to do starting forward, is to be honest. Don't be, let's just put this out and hope no one sees it. Because let's say
because what do they think is going to happen when everybody gets it? Exactly. And it's broken in the box or
that's with no tires.
And it's just unfortunate, really.
How do you need literally to tell a company like that of this size, don't lie?
Oh, they know though. I mean, they know.
It's easy. The way to tell them to stop lying or to actually be a little bit better is don't buy from them. Stop buying from them.
Well, and that's what you were saying. Instead of trying to review it, you're just like, you vote with your wallet. You're like, nah, I'm not gonna get it.
Most companies like this, they listen more to their wallet and stock option, or however they look at it, but they listen more to that. We can go on any type of social media and review or talk about it. That's fine, but they're still making a buck if you get the toy and you're reviewing.
Unfortunately,
they still got you.
But to be clear, sorry, just real quick, just so people know, if you like the figure, like Shane loves it, right? Like honestly, I wasn't a huge Pickle fan, but I know a lot of people are, and they want the. If you get enjoyment out of it, dude, that's all that matters. That's the only thing I don't like, is like just because me personally, I'm like upset with the company. I don't like seeing other people like shit on other people because they want the figure despite it. Like Shane knew, he's like, oh man, I hope mine's all right. Well, I'm gonna do the best I can with it, you know. And that's on him. So it's like I'm not gonna be like, yeah, don't buy that. Like, what's wrong with you? You know, that's what I don't like.
Shane is just super laid back. Like he's super laid back. So whatever he gets, he's gonna be like, you know what? I'm gonna make it work.
Right. Exactly.
I'm gonna make it work.
And at the moment, it's the only Grievous that is out there. So I mean, for people who want to get a Grievous a part of their collection, like Shane, it's a great option. It's just.
Oh, Doc, thanks for the sub. Sorry, guys. Cut in there.
What option it is they have? Like, it's just. It's great that they have the Grievous and they've made it, but they should just need to be honest when they make it or re-release it. It's going like, hey, for the people who missed out on the first wave, we got a great opportunity here, a great option. We got this coming out.
Yeah, but that's what was rough because they showed that stuff live.
Yeah, and the thing is, they did my bro Guy, and like I said, Guy is really a nice guy. Like he's a cool. They did him dirty. Like seriously, like to have him right out the box pose this figure. He was panicking the entire time, and it was like, yo, I know how he felt because I'm like, yo, like if me myself, and I'm not sure how this is gonna work. And that's the thing is, I know that for me, if I worked for that company and they had me do that live, I would have got fired that day because I would have probably put it down and walked off the actual, set and be like, it's done, because this is no way that I'm going to actually sit up here and lie to the consumer about a piece that does not work. Here's my thing though, and this is what's really crazy about it. Like, I'm sitting back and I'm watching this, and I was just thinking about this today. I was like, yo, all this backlash that they're getting, and people have been saying this for a while, that they do not think that Hot Toys would take the advantage of creating. I think they will. And hear me out. Hear me out, though. I think that they're watching and they are really focused on what the fans are saying, what everybody's saying about this figure, the slip-ups that Sideshow did by releasing this. It would be the perfect opportunity for them to say, okay, let's look at the mistakes that they made, do just some type of ingenuity with a body, something perfectly fine. We'll just sit back, we'll do it, and we can release something that is top tier. You know what I mean? Maybe add a bit of die cast or whatever, however you want to do it. You don't even have to have the whole body die cast. Just maybe the skeleton itself die cast, and then the plating and the armor just You could do that, but just to make sure the joints and everything is solid, they could capitalize on a mistake that Sideshow made.
Oh, huge.
And that would be a come up for them. Not saying that they will, don't get me wrong.
Right.
But if they did that, that would be crazy. Seriously crazy.
That'd be like a K2SO or like IG-11, like the half die cast even, and just make them a little bit smaller so it's kind of hidden, and then you've got the arms perfect and
perfectly fine, joints perfectly, because that K2SO, we was talking about it yesterday, that K2SO that I have is incredible. That's probably one of the best droids that I have ever had. Like literally, I love that piece. I would never give it up. So anybody out there, don't even ask, because it's not going anywhere, but I would never give it up. But it just shows how you can take your time and with patience you can you can engineer such a perfect product. It would be an opportunity for the Hot Toys to look at that mistake and say, okay, we're going to do it, but we're going to do it better, and we're going to give the consumer exactly what they want. Again,
and it would sell out like that.
But it would sell out like that. Yeah, it would.
Well,
absolutely.
It was Sideshow's game to lose. They had, instead of silencing everybody like Lael over there, banning them and all that kind of stuff, and not getting their word out in critiques, and actually listening to them. You know what I'm saying? Instead of completely blocking it out and saying, it doesn't exist. Let's make it.
That's like the two sides. That's two sides of the coin of the relationship between a consumer and the production company of whoever makes these. Like you look at Hot Toys. Hot Toys has listened to some of their fans. Like if you look at the heads that they've been shipping out previously for some of the figures, I think that it's just like what I was saying before. Hot Toys or Sideshow has an opportunity for like a massive like spike in improvement. Like if they can fix this, it would be a huge boost to them. But just like what you mentioned with Hot Toys, this is also an opportunity for them to step in. So it's just going to take time to see who steps in, who steps up to bat for something which they see there's such love for this particular character to be a part of people's collection.
That's the thing. If there was any intention, Sean, any intention at all of them to actually fix it, they wouldn't be taking all these steps to silence all the streamers and literally taking hits on all the streaming. So what they decide to do is literally, we're gonna sell this like this. We're just gonna shut up all the streamers. We're gonna sell for the people that actually don't follow streamers, and that's it.
Yeah, just like the casuals, the normies.
What they decided on,
The beginning of the conversation when, this is the second opportunity they had, when you think about it. And if they would have actually really listened, or if they had any intention on doing that, it seems like they would have done that in the first place. And I think now it really is only Hot Toys' chance at this point, because if it were up to me, and obviously we know I don't collect Star Wars, but if it were up to me and Sideshow were to try this again and Hot Toys were to come out with one, I'm going Hot Toys all day, and I'm not even touching Sideshow.
Well, that's the thing. 10 out of 10. It's not even a 9 out of 10. Like 10 out of 10. If a Hot Toys comes out, you get the Hot Toys version. I don't know anybody who's like, well, I'm going to choose a Sideshow figure over the Hot Toys figure.
Sideshow survives not by doing competing with Hot Toys. Sideshow survives by doing the figures that Hot Toys doesn't want to, or for whatever reason is not doing it. Right. So that's how it survives.
Yeah. But all the other stuff's great. The statues are great, and everything else they offer is great. It's just, and that's the thing.
I heard somebody.
Go ahead.
Sorry, like I heard somebody in one of the streams that I watch saying they should just say we're stopping doing 1/6 figures. If you can't engineer quality figures, it's better for you to stop it. Just do statues. Done.
Yeah.
Well, it's gonna make or break them right there, bro. If those Clone Wars Obi-Wan and Anakin are garbage. In my opinion, because at that point it's just everybody's gonna fall off, right? I'm just cross fingers. It's good. I'm not trying to curse it, but
no. I get you. But I'm gonna give them.
You see, that's like the breaking point. There's so much tension on them right now with like what they did with the Grievous, that you're just hoping that some positivity comes out from these new figures, because I mean, for one, they look great, and it's once you like how you're saying how they do things that Hot Toys and other companies haven't done, and let's face it, like no one's really done a lot of the Clone Wars except for like the Troopers.
Well, and it looks dope. I'm not gonna lie, and
exactly.
Like it's cool having that slender animated style.
It's the last layer of trust, really, that they have.
Yeah, but I feel like you're gonna move that elbow or that body, and it's just gonna.
Yeah.
I think with that, what I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt when it comes to those figures, because the thing is, it can't be as complicated. It can't be. And you know what? Here's the thing, because it's and I'm trying to play devil's advocate here.
Right.
And leave it to me to try to play devil advocate for a company that it didn't give to. It's about me. So here's the thing. Something like Grievous is extremely hard to engineer. I'm not going to lie. It is a hard piece to engineer. There is so much that goes into it. So on that note, okay, kudos for Sideshow for trying to do something like that, okay? You tried it back then. Okay, why would you try it back then, say you're going to do something totally different this time, and then don't do it? Now, here's my thing. Okay, I'll give you guys that you tried. You failed, but you tried. With Anakin and Obi-Wan from Clone Wars, if you do not get that right, if you don't get those, and as simple as they are, and you introduced it, and look, and they're beautiful figures. I'm not. Don't get me wrong. I love them. I cannot wait. But if you get that wrong, I guarantee you would lose the trust of about half the percentage of fans that you actually have. You will. Yeah. If you get that wrong, you will. Because people are looking at that piece, and it's a hot commodity right now. Hot Toys didn't do it. Sideshow did it, so now show improve. You made a mistake with Grievous. Own up to it. Now give us something else that you can make up for it. You know what I mean?
This is their
but
chance.
It's their chance to make up for it. You know what I mean? But just own it. Right now, Sideshow, just own your mistake. Don't try to basically duck and hide. Own it. You know what I mean? Just own it. And because the thing is, put it this way. What if no one said anything about the figure, about Grievous? If no one actually complained about it, if they got it and was like, okay, whatever, do you think they would have backtracked on anything?
No. That just
no.
They'd have let it go.
They would have think they would do it. Yeah, they would have just continued doing the same level of what they've been doing with the Grievous. Yeah. So I think it's a great thing people are speaking up about it now. Yeah. Of course, there's the people that are speaking negatively against it, and there's the people that are speaking positively, because everyone has their own choices, which I think everything is perfect for. So I have no problem with people liking or disliking this figure. Yeah. It's great. It's awesome to have. It's like I have certain things that aren't the best, but I still like it because it's nice to have. But you can still question. You can still ask, hey, why did you make it this way? And are you going to fix it, or is the next figure going to learn from this mistake? Yeah. And I think, as what you're saying, is them owning to their mistake is that's all we're asking. We're not truly trying to throw them underwater and go like, I'm no longer buying from Sideshow or getting anything from Sideshow.
Right, exactly.
It's just, as a consumer, we're asking Sideshow, can you please, step it up? Like, help, like, just fix this issue so your next figure, which everyone is ranting and raving about, is a great figure. That's all we're asking from.
Yeah, because that's better for everybody. Because
exactly.
But here's the thing especially with you, Sean. Like, I get it. If you like something similar to Shane or pretty much any of us, right? Like, if we like something enough, we're gonna buy it. In a lot of your stuff, you know what I mean. You have like smaller scale figures, things like that. Go on the little hunts for the all those kind of things that you like. But if Sideshow didn't sell this for $300, that's my thing. If you put this thing out for like $120, maybe $160 tops, bro, tops. But you're getting that territory.
About it, yeah.
$300. Like,
but you're spending that price point on it. Then absolutely, you should hold them responsible for the quality of something that's that much.
Yeah, that's my biggest concern. If it was a lower priced thing, maybe I wouldn't be as upset having a new figure broken in the box before I even open it.
To be fair, we would. If I paid $100 for something and it's broken, I would still be pissed.
Yeah, I know. It's just the icing on top that it's a $300 figure.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, we try to mitigate it, saying, "Oh, it's because it's expensive," but it's not true. If it was $100, you buy something, you don't want it to come broken. That's just nuts.
That is true. It's just
right.
Just,
But like Shane and like, obviously they are getting the Obi-Wan and Anakin also getting it. And like you said, we can kind of have to give them the benefit of the doubt for that. Simply because there's no other option. Decided that or not getting the figure, which is not option for us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But, and I'm willing, and that's the thing is I'm willing. It's crazy because I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
Because like I said, I mean, look, regardless of how much I may dislike the company and how it's ran, there is certain things that I still buy from them because there's nowhere else I can actually get it. I have to get it through them.